Hey, it's been a while. Grace here. So, as you can see, I have my holiday sweater on, and what that means is that it is time for spending. Whether it is going out for dinner, buying gifts for everybody, and I want to make this video just in time so that you can apply for the best credit card to get the maximum rebate and basically travels and points and stuff like that in time for the holidays, because this is such a great opportunity to rack up some points, especially if you are spending already. Why not double up and get some more value out of it? So we're going to get started. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 Canadian credit cards that I would recommend at this point in time, that is giving you the best offers so far, I think, for travel points and in terms of just the categories of spending that most of you will be interested in. Hey everyone, so the first card I want to recommend is the amex Cobalt card, okay? This card has been around, but I would like to highlight this card especially for the holiday season because many of us are dining out, many of us are shopping, booking travels and all of that. So just some basic stats for you. So the Express Cobalt card has an annual fee about $155. It is billed monthly at around $12 per month, so which I think is not bad. But here's the thing, for the holidays, I know so many of us are out eating dinners, and with inflation and all of that, food is just getting more and more and more expensive. So with the Cobalt card, you do get 5 times the points. It works on eats and drinks. So restaurants, or if you go to a bar and things like that, all of those are included in the 5 times the points. And then for travel, you also get 2 times the points. And for everything else, like if you buy clothing or things like that for your friends and family, then that's just 1 times the points. So just 1 to 1. But what I want to highlight is the 5 times the points, especially during this time of the year. So just imagine if you are going to your family dinner and things like that. So the bill these days easily can come to like $200 without a doubt. So this $200 times 5 is already giving you 1,000 points right off the bat, just with one meal. Can you imagine like all of the different meals you're going to? And you know, if you do volunteer to pay for your friends, which I highly recommend you do, you get to like rack up the points there as well. You know, if people Venmo you or e-transfer you, then you get the money back, which I feel like is actually a great perk. So I'm always the one kind of volunteering to pay for the whole bill just so that you could rack up some points, and I'm sure many of you do that as well. So some of you may be wondering, what do you get with like 1,000 points or 5,000 points or whatever, right? So with this card, there is like a welcome bonus as well. It's not that high, honestly, but I feel like for the annual fee, it's actually not that bad. So how it works is that for every point you get, you can actually transfer it out to another program. So you can transfer it to Aeroplan 1-to-1, or you can transfer it out to Marriott for 1.12, I believe. So then essentially, if you think about it, 1,000 points through your one meal is equivalent to 1,000 Aeroplan points. You need about maybe like 20,000 or so to fly to a short distance. So you're like not that far off if you think about it. And this is just from one meal. So that is card number 1 that I would recommend. So second card I want to recommend is RBC Avion Visa Infinite card. Okay, what a mouthful. So this card here has an annual fee of $120, which is kind of on par with all of these other travel credit cards. So again, Avion points is that you can earn them for British Airways. You can transfer them out to Cathay Pacific if you're really interested in flying to Asia. So I do think there is quite a lot of flexibility with these points, which is why I also would recommend this card. I tend to look for credit cards that have a bit more flexibility, so I'm not stuck with just one provider. So in case I need to get hotels or fly with a different partner airline, I have the flexibility to do so. So with this card here, the annual fee is $120, and their bonus right at the moment is 55,000 points with a minimum spend of 5,000 in the first 6 months. How it's structured is that when you do spend 5,000 in the first 6 months, you do get 35,000 points deposited into your account, which is, I think, is pretty good. And especially at this time of the year when we are spending a ton, I think it is actually quite easy to hit that 5,000 mark within the first 6 months as well. So if you're not someone who tends to spend a ton these days, but of course with the exception of holidays, and I think this might be a good way to get into points if this is something you're looking for. You're just naturally spending anyways. You have to get this gift for your family anyway, so you might as well get something out of it. You know what I mean? So how it earns is that essentially it's $1 per point. So while this program is not like the Amex Cobalt where they give you 5 times the points, it is just 1-to-1. So meaning you spend $1, you get 1 point, but the amount of money that you're paying for the annual fee, which is $120, and you get like up to 55,000 points at the end of the year, which I feel like is actually not that bad. So do keep in mind though, a lot of times these credit cards these days, they're structured where you get majority, like maybe 75% of the points within the first year, and then the 25% is in the later half of the year. So in your months 13 to 17 months, right? Wow, it sounds like this credit card's like a baby or something. So in the 13 and 17 months of this credit card, that's kind of when you get the last 25% of the points. So keep that in mind. There could be a potentially like 2 annual fees. It's great if you're looking to get flights into Europe or into Asia. And if you are looking to meet the minimum spend, I think holidays is really easy. 5,000 within the first 6 months. So about 1,000 per month, or, it could be 2,000 per month depending on what's happening with your purchases this year. Okay. So the last credit card, I'm actually really excited about this one, is the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card. What a mouthful, but it's actually pretty good. So this credit card here is $139 per year in terms of the annual fee, which is kind of on par with all of the different travel credit cards. They usually tend to float between $120 to $140. But this credit card right now has an offer for first year free. So you don't have to pay a dime for the first year, which is absolutely incredible. Okay. It's very hard to find first year free credit cards right now, especially in Canada. A lot of them don't do that anymore. So this is especially great. This credit card here, though, you do get a total of 55,000 points. They are broken up into first year and second year, of course, so that, you don't cut the credit card after 6 months and then you get a new one. Okay, so I get it. That's their strategy to keep loyalty around and retention, of course. So what's so great is that if you do spend about $5,000, if you do spend $5,000 within the first 180 days, you do get the first batch of points, which is 35,000 points. So what 35,000 airplane points equates to is essentially like a little round trip, a short haul round trip, or, if you save a little bit more, it could be like a one-way flight to Asia as well, which is absolutely doable because I've booked it myself. So keep that in mind. So this credit card here, front loaded with 35,000 points after spending 5,000, and the remaining amount is given to you in the month 13 to 17. So meaning that after one full year, they're going to bill you for the $139 annual fee, and then if you keep using the credit card, then you're going to get the remaining amount, so totaling 55,000. So why I feel like this credit card is good is because it is quite easy to rack up the 5,000 spend within the first 180 days, just because of the holidays. You are either purchasing for things, or if you're volunteering yourself to pay for dinners and then people Venmo you back or e-transfer you the money back, then I think it is so easy to hit that amount, especially if you have a family as well, of course. Then the spending just really racks up quite easily during the holiday season. So with that said though, these are my top 3 recommendations for the holiday season. I hope that this is in time for you. If you are looking for a credit card that you want to apply to, it is just in the nick of time. Get it in the nick of time to apply, and hopefully you get to take advantage of some of these points and get some rewards for 2024 just by spending naturally for your loved ones this year. So with that said though, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, and I guarantee you there will be a next video. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video if you found this helpful, and continue watching more of my tips on credit cards. We'll see you then. Bye.